Hey you guys, welcome back to Rocket City Yardstead. We are going to do some cooking today. So I just went out to the garden and picked a nice big handful of cilantro, and we are going to use this to make, I think it's sort of an unusual thing, but we're going to have salmon with strawberry salsa served over avocados. So this is one of my favorite things to make this time of year once the strawberries start coming in season, and I have cilantro in the garden. So I thought that would be a great thing for us to make together because I don't know that I've seen many people make strawberry salsa. But the first thing I need to do is get my salmon thawing and marinating. So let's do that. I like to marinate my salmon while it's thawing, and I tend to do a quick thaw in the sink. I have a bowl that I filled with cold water, and we're going to get our salmon into a Ziploc bag with some marinade. So I'm just prepping a couple of cloves of garlic here. Just mince these up nice and fine. And we'll grab a little bit of that cilantro I brought in. I washed this up and ran it through my salad spinner so it wouldn't be too wet. We'll chop that up. I wish I could grow cilantro all through the summer here. If any of you live in the South and have figured out the secret to it, let me know. But in my experience, it's mainly a cold weather crop, and it just goes to seed so fast once we get hot. All right, so we're gonna add our cilantro and our garlic into a Ziploc bag. Gonna add a little bit of oil, just a tablespoon or so. A little bit of lime juice. I have bottled lime juice, but if you want to squeeze a fresh lime, that would work well. I find the organic lime juice that doesn't have any other ingredients in it works really well. It doesn't have that sort of chemically taste that some of the other juices do when they've got extra ingredients. I'll add a little bit of salt and some cracked pepper. Just a really simple marinade here. So now I'm gonna find my scissors, get my salmon fillets out of these packages. Maybe. I will tell you, I am not a fan of skin-on salmon, and that's what I bought. So hopefully once I get it cooked up, it will come off easily. We can pretend it wasn't there. So I'm going to squeeze as much air as I can out of this bag. Sort of massage the salmon fillets to get them coated in our marinade. And then just pop them in my bowl of cold water to thaw. I am going to get my hands cleaned up after handling that salmon. Now that our salmon's thawing, we can move on to our strawberry salsa. So I went to one of my local farms here and bought a nice big bucket of strawberries. I just have not mastered strawberries, so I am not getting enough out of my garden ever really to make stuff like this. But mine aren't ripening yet anyway. So we'll use the local ones, and I like to support our local farms. But I like to just cut these into small little bits, very similar to the size you would cut up a tomato if you were making a fresh pico de gallo. So just little cubes basically. I'm going to do that with all of these strawberries here. And then we can start adding the salsa ingredients that take it from just regular but super delicious strawberries to salsa. I'm looking at how much strawberry is coming off when I take my caps off. I'm thinking maybe I need one of those strawberry hullers. I'm a little leery of tools that really just have one use, but I don't like to waste food, and those seem like they do a really good job of just taking the top off the strawberry. Do you guys have one? What do you think? Is it worth it? The strawberries are all chopped up. This is about 2 cups of strawberries. And I went ahead and chopped up a handful of cilantro, probably about half a cup of cilantro. That's one of those things, if you really love it, you can add as much as you want. If you only kind of like it, maybe don't add as much. And then a couple of cloves of garlic. I have about a quarter of a red onion here. Chop that up. I like to keep things sort of more uniform in size for something like this, so try and match that to my strawberries. Don't want to bite into a really big chunk of onion. And then here is the part where things are a little bit different. I guess the strawberries are different too. But instead of jalapenos, I am using radishes. I went on an elimination diet years ago, and one of the things that was cut out was all of the nightshades. And I came across a salsa recipe. I don't remember what was in it. It didn't have tomatoes because they're nightshades, but in place of peppers, it used radishes because when it gets hot out, the radishes get a little bit spicy and they give you some crunch. Now, if you don't like the idea of radishes, you could throw a jalapeno in here and it would be delicious. But I love the idea of using the things I have coming out of my garden right now. And I have these beautiful radishes. So I'm going to put probably 3 radishes in here. But if you decide you want jalapenos, you probably only need 1 because they're going to add a lot more heat than the radishes do. So I'm going to get these chopped up and then we will season up our salsa. And if you were wondering, I find that homegrown radishes tend to go soft really quickly. So I don't remember where I came across the tip, but it recommended chopping the top and bottom off and then putting them in cold water and storing them that way in the fridge. And my radishes are so nice and crispy when I do that. So it was definitely a good tip. Now that our radishes are all chopped, we are going to add just a little bit of oil, a couple tablespoons of lime juice. You could use lemon juice there as well. Crack some pepper. About half a teaspoon of salt. About a quarter teaspoon of cumin. And some smoked paprika. Now we just need to stir it all together. So there we have it, you guys. I'm gonna let this sit and kind of all meld and marry together while my salmon finishes thawing. My salmon is thawed and I've got my air fryer preheated. So I get them out of this bag and into the air fryer. We have found that the air fryer is our favorite way to cook salmon. It just comes out really nicely. These are gonna cook anywhere from about 7 to 10 minutes at 400. It really depends on the thickness of your salmon. These are thinner than I'm used to, so I'm gonna reduce my temperature a little bit. But we're looking for an internal temperature of around 140 degrees. While our salmon finishes cooking, I thought we would get the rest of dinner on the plate. So we're just gonna cut this avocado in half. Feels like it's nice and soft. I think we hit the right window. Oh, and it looks beautiful. Let's see. I think I'm gonna slice it up. Scoop it out of here. Sort of lay it out on the plate. It's not wanting to cooperate with me today, guys. Here we go. I just figured this makes it a little bit easier to eat. I like to just take my knife and whack it into the seed and get it out like that. Sure, everybody has their own way they prefer to do things, but that's been the way that's worked the best for me over the years. Spread it out a little bit. We're just gonna take our salsa and put it over the top of our avocado. We may decide we want some chips with this. It's really good with tortilla chips. We eat the Siete grain-free tortilla chips and so good. Well, you guys, our salmon is done. Our salsa and avocados are all plated up. So let's dig in. The salmon is good. You get just a little bit of that lime juice. You get the cilantro and garlic. I like it a lot like this. It's been a while since I've made it with this marinade, but it goes really well with the salsa and avocados. So let's dig into the avocados and salsa. I know this sounds weird, you guys, but it's so good. I love this stuff. We only eat it this time of year when the strawberries are really fresh. We have those sweet strawberries, you have the crunch from the radishes, the cilantro flavor if you like it, a little tang from the lime juice, and the creaminess of the avocado. It just all goes so well together. I can't urge you enough to give it a try, even if it sounds a little strange to you. So thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you'll give it a try, even though it sounds a little bit weird. And I'll see you next time. Bye.